following me. Um, I have skipped like 2 Sundays, or maybe it's just been one Sunday. But I've just been going through a lot mentally, so I've just been trying to balance everything out. But I feel like this was the perfect time to hop back on because it is my birthday tomorrow. This is being video Saturday. I won't post until Sunday, so my birthday's today. For the people that's looking at the video now. So I just felt like this would be a good time to get off my chest, like basically just like a self reflection, my personal goals, and just kind of what I want to experience and achieve in my 20s. I did have a few questions um, that basically my mom, she basically just wrote some questions that she felt like maybe the audience wants to hear. And I was like, that's a good idea because honestly, I was just going to vent kind of. But I think it's better to go based off of the questions. So we're basically just going to get into it. The first question was basically just like, as I reflect back on my year of being in my 22, or how would you put it? How would I reflect back on, I guess, my year? So what is something that I learned? Which I feel like is a really good question because, yeah, I mean, I recently just became a mom, as many people know. I was 21. I just had turned 21. So I found out on my birthday that I was pregnant. So, um, really just learning to be patient, learning to let things go, let the good come in, let the bad come out, and really just learning to kind of focus on myself rather than trying to build a relationship with anyone. I have been dating, but with that is it's kind of just like you just fall back into that. I don't know how to put it, y'all. You just fall back into that routine of just dealing with someone, and it's kind of hard to get out of that. But even then, it's like finding the right person, and if they make you, you still good, you still have good positive vibes, then kudos. But if not, drop that. Drop him or her. Drop him or whatever. But really just learning to focus on me and be patient. I know I said this a lot in my past videos, but patience is like the key to me because I do not have patience. And I have really bad anxiety, so once things start getting a little hectic, I be like all over the place. So yeah, that's definitely something I learned so far in my 22s as being a mother because there's a difference between being 22 without no kids and 22 with a kid. And it's nuts. But it's been going really well lately. So yeah. The next question, if I could go back and change anything about my life, what would it be? Hmm, I don't know. To me, I think it would be to actually live in the present. Like I don't feel like I actually enjoyed the time that I had in my younger stage. I think I was always just trying to be too grown. I ain't gonna lie, I was always trying to be grown. So I would say to actually enjoy like the age where I was at, like 17 for instance, just actually enjoy the fact that I didn't have kids, I didn't have bills, I didn't have any of that, and to actually just live in that moment, live through my high school years and live through my college years. I think that's what I regret the most is not actually enjoying the time I had when I did go to college. Because I mean, I was on campus at one point and I was in a relationship when I went. We went to college together, so I don't feel like I actually had the time to really enjoy being single, being in a whole different city, far away from my family and stuff, going to class, meeting new people. I didn't even get a chance to do that because I was just so stuck on him that I didn't even try to get out and just do different things, different activities and stuff. So I think that's something I for sure would go back and change, is to enjoy the youth. I'm still very young. I'll be 23 tomorrow, so I'm still very young, but I'm just saying to actually enjoy it and be in the moment, because a lot of times when we look back, we're like, you were thinking of a thousand things. You weren't in the present. You weren't actually enjoying the time that you were in. And I think that's something that I've done a lot when I was younger. Never, I was never in that actual time. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I was physically there, but my mind was just somewhere else. And I battled depression and suicidal thoughts and all that growing up as well. So, I mean, to basically not be so stuck into that moment, because I think it was about like my junior senior year where I really just like fell kind of hard, and I was just in a really depressed mode. So I don't think I was ever really focused on actually living. But that's something I definitely want to do now, you know. So yeah. But I'm gonna go on to the next question. So this one's funny. So it was your parents. So as a girl, this is really just for the girls. I think we all have that parent who's like giving those lectures basically to basically like stay away from boys, keep your virginity, focus on your education. Like, I think they're really hard on you around like maybe in your teens, like 13. I think that's when they really just start pushing that on you, because once you're in that stage, the boys do be looking, they be looking good. So if I was like, now that I have lived that life, because it's already done, I'm not at 13 anymore. But now that I have already been through that, I guess like what's something that I would tell a teenager now? Like, what would I say now to a teenager around that time that's getting the same lecture from their parents? And I thought this was a really good question. My mom, she got it going on. Cause yeah, um, I lost my virginity at 15, and at the time, I was really with a group of friends that already experienced way much more than me. So I think I was pretty much feeling like left out, and I just was in a bad friendship. And so, I mean, to me at the time, I feel like this is good. Like, to actually finally lose it, to be able to discuss this with my friends because they already been through it. I thought in the back of my head, like, this is the right decision. But it now that I look back on it, I wish that I would have kept my virginity up until the point I got married, like for real. Because it seems like once you have sex for the first time, it's kind of something that's just always on your mind, something that's like a getaway. And I think that's my problem now. Like, I wouldn't say over sexualized, but I mean, yeah, I mean, once you have sex, it's like you kind of always want it. And I don't think that's like a completely bad thing. But when you don't got your person, it is, because then you're just kind of like boop 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 boop. I'm not the type to like flip flop around and stuff. I like my one. Even if we're not in a relationship, I still just like my one that I go back to. But even with that, it's just trying to cleanse yourself of all that, because you never know what that person's doing, even though y'all not together. And it's just giving bad juju on you. So with that, I would definitely say it seems hard in the moment to listen to your parents when it comes to stuff like that, but definitely, definitely don't let people around you influence you or make you feel as if you have to do this because they're doing it. Don't feel pressured to fit in, because I think that was my main thing. I always felt pressured. I always felt the need to fit in. And it's something that we all go through in our teenage stage. We all want the need to fit in. We all want the need to be seen, especially when you find that one group that you feel is your group. You want to be in the mix. So, I mean, that's just kind of how it was with me at that time. And I don't know, maybe it's just because how I was raised. I was always taught, like, don't let a man do things for you. Don't let a man do this because once he do, he feels like he has that entitlement over you. And that's not with all men, but I pretty much was just grown up on that, and I always had my own. I always like to do for myself. So that's a major thing as well. But I would definitely say, please keep your virginity as long as possible. Stay focused in school. I know this sounds like the little typical thing, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be the best thing in the end because not to say you don't want to be young with kids, but it's just a whole different ballgame. You don't get to enjoy the things you want to enjoy. And if you are stressed, you can't even be stressed in peace. Can't even be stressed in peace. I remember the other day I was stressed out. I'm talking about I was in my feelings. And my son came by with his cup and knocked me on my head and it just knocked me back to reality. Like, I don't really got. I can't sit here and stress like I want to stress. So definitely hold on to that as long as possible, ladies, because yeah. And this is just to the younger girls. Um, but yeah, I would definitely say keep that virginity. It is very private. It is very. It's like gold, and a man will make you feel, or a boy, a man or a boy, whatever. He will make you feel as if you're making the right decision in the moment, in the moment, just because guys are honey toads. But if you don't feel like it's right, you don't feel like you're ready, especially 13 through, I'll say 13 through 18. 13 through 18, you shouldn't even be worried about that anyways. They started young though. So 12, 10, you shouldn't even be worried about that. 18, I'm gonna give you a leeway. But 13 through 17, I say you shouldn't even be worried about that. Focus on getting out of school first, then maybe think about the boys later. But moving on from that one, the next one is basically if I had to give a speech to younger women, what's something that will motivate them or encourage them? Um, I don't know, honestly. I feel like I pretty much just said it. To focus on yourself, to basically not let nobody come in and influence you because some of us can be easily influenced, and really just get close to the thing you love the most. With me at this time, I speak that I'm a Christian. I speak that I love God, but I haven't been shown it. I haven't been doing the steps to take that. And so I say it's really best to be able to focus on what you love, and that will keep you on flow. Like literally. And I mean, also for me, my child, I think that just keeps me on flow. For any female that has something that they love, I think that will keep anybody on float. That will make you want to continue to do better. That will make you want, even outside of a child, if you have like a career you want to do, focus on that in the back of your head. And I think that'll keep you motivated. That'll encourage you to move to the next step, whether you feel like you're at the bottom or you're not all the way there yet. To be able to have that thing in the back of your head that you love the most, it's gonna keep you going. It's gonna keep you on the grind. It's gonna keep you on the hustle. So I definitely say that. Think of the thing you love the most. Make sure you keep your body to yourself. Focus on money. Focus on getting up there. I think that's all I want to do right now. I want to boss up. So I think for any female that feels like she just doesn't have any motivation right now or whatever the case is, just go back to where you began. Just think of where you was at your lowest. Like you can even feel low now, but think of how you felt at your lowest. And think of where you're at now. Like, are you still in the same spot or have you actually grown since then? Could it be worse? Because I mean, some people ain't got it at all. So that's what I always think of. Like, some people don't even have a roof over their head. Some people don't have the ability to go out and spend money on things they want, not stuff they need, but stuff they want. So, I mean, for me, I think I'm not rich. I'm not above. I mean, I'm on float. And with me being on float, that keeps me going because I'm like, it could be worse. I could be, shit, with my baby daddy in the same city, probably, Lord knows, doing what. So, I think the fact that I kind of just removed myself from that situation and I thought back on where I was in the beginning and how I am now, I feel like I definitely grown a lot. And my son, he motivates me by himself just to be able, especially as a single mother, I don't have that person I can say, oh, well, if this happens, I can just fall back on them. I don't have that. So I think being able to know that I gotta have it and I gotta continue to go for the sake of him, then that's just what keeps me going. But yeah, I definitely feel like that's the answer for that question. Moving forward though, off topic of the questions, I did say that this was gonna be like more of a self-reflecting thing. Basically what I want to experience and achieve in my 20s. Um, I really just like to go off of my like what I'm thinking. But like I said, I haven't been in the right mental state yet. In a minute, not yet, but I haven't been in the right mental state in a minute. So for me, I want to be able to have like a full cleanse. I want to be able to not have so much anger built inside, and I did speak on that in the last video. My friend was speaking about that, and that really like touched me because I'm like, I am a very angry person, and I don't know if it's just because things I hold on to in the past, or if it's just things I haven't let go yet that I feel I let go, but I haven't. Because like I said, I'm not talking to say I'm the perfect person. I'm talking based off of experience and what I went through, and that's what really motivated me to do this podcast from the beginning. Because I'm a very quiet person, but I have like experienced a lot of trauma, I would say, and a lot of things that I feel like girls my age don't want to really talk about. And so that's what really motivated me to be able to just be like, shit, fuck it. I'm gonna be the one to speak. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing right now. But I definitely just wanted to be able to experience love. I want to be able to experience traveling, seeing the city. I think what any 20-year-old would want to experience. In my case, I really don't have the time like that. I'm constantly working, I'm constantly being a mom. But I think that's something I want to get out my comfort zone when I want to actually experience my 20s before I'm 30. And now my 20s done went away. I can't even do the stuff I was supposed to do in my 20s, you know? And that's why whenever I tell people, like, the way I dress like that because I don't know, I'm confident in my own skin. Even though after I had the baby, I love the weight that I had gained. It wasn't too much. Obviously, I'm still skinny. But I don't know. I just feel like the 20s is your prime time. This is the time to be able to get that YOLO out your system. To be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna do this. Like, and I think that's what I kind of just want to experience that fun, that ratchetness, that just to have a good time because I did have that before, but it wasn't as it wasn't as clean. I want to leave a clean like, and I don't when I say like YOLO and stuff, I don't mean by like going to the clubs and stuff like that. I just want to experience like outside fun, outside the country, outside of town, and just hiking has really been on my mind lately. I have not hiked in a minute, and I did it probably about 2 times in Dallas, and I loved it so much. Like I'm really just a peaceful person. I love like getting in tune with nature. I love looking at trees and looking at the sky, looking like while it's raining, like just stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I just I love it. And so I really just want to just start loving me more, and I want to experience the phase where I got it together, kind of as a mom, not fully together because nobody, like I said, nobody ever has it fully together, but to be able to experience just being on top of things as a mom. I feel like I'm kind of getting there because my son is on kind of schedule now where he goes to sleep at like 8:39. You know, he's starting to sleep through the night, which has been so good, so good. I enjoyed it so much, but he does still have his nights where he kind of wakes up, but it's not as bad where we were at in the beginning where he didn't sleep through the night. So I think I just want to be able to experience just being on top of it as a mom, um, getting closer to God. Like I said, traveling, going out more, and like I said, not club wise, but to be able to actually go out and just maybe try new foods and stuff like that. I just want to be outside of what I'm used to because right now I've just been in the house working, being a mom. I'm actually going out this weekend just because it is my birthday weekend and I really want to enjoy it. So, yeah, as y'all can tell, I do not have on nothing right now. So I look a little crazy. But, I mean, that's basically what that is with that. My personal growth. I feel like I'm so much in a better state than I was like about 5 years ago. Like I'm learning. I'm learning myself. I'm learning what I'm capable of. I'm learning what I don't tolerate, and it's actually been really good. And I don't know. I've just been in a really peaceful frame. I'm still like in the inside, like battling between these thoughts. I don't know if it's like I said, I think I said it in my first video about postpartum and all that. I didn't experience any of that as soon as I had my baby. Like I waited like months after, and I was like, I still don't feel anything. But now I feel like maybe I'm starting to kind of, every now and then I start to have those thoughts where I just don't feel like I'm good enough. But like I said, I got the best mom in the world. I literally can talk to her about anything, and that's pretty much who I go to about everything. I explain to her how I'm feeling, what I want, and she kind of just takes me. She listens. She takes me through the steps of okay, well, reflect back on this, like reflect back on that, and then it just kind of snaps me out of it, and I'm like, okay, like I got this. I can keep this up, and it's not so much of throwing it behind me, but I guess I'm just the type of person I can't sit in one spot for too long. So the feeling of being down and having these negative thoughts, and then speaking with my mom, and she kind of makes me reflect on like how good I've been doing. It kind of brings me back up to the point I'm like, okay, but it's something. It's just something that's gonna be like over time. I'm not gonna be. Ooh, I'm not gonna be good overnight. But yeah, I definitely think that's gonna be a wrap for that. This was a really short podcast only because it's just me kind of self reflecting. And like I said, birthday is today. But I kind of just stopped and did this real quick before I get my weekend started. Um, Definitely stay tuned for the next one. I don't know. I think I have a clue though who I'm gonna bring up here next. And next month I definitely plan on having somebody big on here. So yeah, I do appreciate y'all as always. I know this wasn't the most fun podcast, but I got y'all. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it coming. I'm gonna get better. But I do appreciate y'all as always for tuning in with Timmy. And yeah, I love y'all. Y'all already know.